Bum, 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 bum. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, or as the world calls it, Hump Day. Coach Kyle Evans coming to you on the ones and twos, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Maps coach, bold coach, all the things. Excited for your daily checkup from the neck up. How are you today, man? I'm having a great day. It's, Wednesday, right? We got up, we did the things, we got to hang out with the kids. We had our millionaire mindset, our energies taken care of, and we are ready to just face the day and all the things to come. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about the gift of pain, the present of pain, the joy that pain can bring. And today we're going to stay on that vein. We're going to stay on that pulse, and we're going to talk about how to win during setbacks, right? Like when we talked about the pain, we didn't just wallow, we reframed it. We saw how pain is not necessarily punishment, but truly, if we let it, it can be preparation. If you remember from yesterday's episode, we talked about Kintsugi. We talked about Starbucks's Howard Schultz. We talked about J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. I gave you the suffering funnel model. All of those things become perspective, they become purpose, they become power if we let them. But here's the deal. It's one thing to talk about pain in theory, and it's quite another to live through it when the market drops, when the business dries up, when your world goes upside down, when it feels like it's falling apart. Today, we're going to take this conversation straight into the world of that, straight into the setback, straight into the down markets. Guys, because these aren't just storms that we survive. They're literally seasons that can shape you, that can set you up for the kind of success that no boom market ever could. I want you to firmly and foundationally understand this. Down markets build giants. Write that down, tattoo it on your brain, put it in your heart today. Down markets build giants. It is the gift of pain. Let's go back to yesteryear, 2008. Right? Most of the real estate world was panicking. Businesses were shutting down. Agents were leaving the industry by the thousands, but a small percentage stayed. They sharpened their scripts. They doubled down on conversations. They got efficient with their systems. Those same people, more often than not, are the mega agents of today. They're the ones that people are looking up to. They're the ones that people are asking the question, how did they get there? It's the same principle Warren Buffett preaches. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Translation: when everyone else is retreating, that's your chance to advance. That's your chance to look the storm in the eye and move forward. If you're not hotel people, maybe you're Airbnb people. Let's talk about them. 2008 recession. These guys couldn't pay rent. Wrap your head around that. The giants, the titans of the Airbnb industry, the guys who started it couldn't pay rent. They had an idea of strangers paying to sleep on air mattresses. Did it sound ridiculous? Yeah, it still kind of does. But that desperation, it creates innovation. They leaned in. Guys, they were even selling cereal boxes called Obama O's to survive. Just throwing 7 different kinds of smoke at the problem, not giving up, not going down. Hey, let's figure it out. Out of that season, out of a down market, Airbnb was born. Today, it's worth, I don't know, billions with the B. The truth is simple. Down markets don't bury great leaders. They build them. They build them. And it starts with what's going on between the ears. Starts with what's going on in that head. There are 3 easy, or not easy, poor language. There are 3 simple down market moves. Number 1, double the conversations or double the things that work. For a lot of agents, it's going to be talking to twice as many people as you did in the boom. I'm sorry. I wish there was a magic pill for you. People keep asking me, Kyle, what's the secret? The secret is work. Opportunity is often missed because it's dressed in overalls and wears boots. You need to double down on the things that work. The second thing to down market move is sharpen your systems. Stephen Covey in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People calls it sharpening the saw. Sharpen your sword. You need to build. You need to pay attention. You need to focus on your systems and processes and say, hey, how can I get 1% better in this? I want you to understand this. Inefficiency kills faster in the winter time. I don't know if you looked around, ladies and gentlemen. It's the winter time. Inefficiency kills faster in the winter. We must sharpen our saw. The third thing to focus on is you got to focus on the mastery metrics. What are the KPIs that actually move your business forward? And focus intently, ruthlessly, and relentlessly on them. Appointments, contracts signed, things sold. Every day you should go in with that singular focus and not move on until you hit the metric. This is how giants are made when the ground feels like it's giving away. Speaking of ground giving away, let's talk about what happens when the setback hit. When things don't just dip, they collapse. Because the truth is, that's where strategy is born. Think about Apple. I'm not talking about Apple Tree reference from yesterday. I'm talking about the best phones on the market. Sorry, Androids, get an Apple. Apple in the late 90s, they were 90 days away from bankruptcy. Done, kaput, over, forgotten. Thanks for playing. Then Steve Jobs comes back. Out of that near-death moment, they stripped away the clutter. They doubled down on innovation and launched the iMac, then the iPod, and eventually the iPhone. And if you're paying attention, we've actually seen it go full circle and they're like launching an iPod again. That very setback that nearly killed them became their setup. They have some of the biggest market share in the world. And they were 90 days away from bankruptcy? The difference between them and you is simply in the mental. It's in the mindset. It's in the story that you're choosing to create, the story that you're choosing to write about yourself. If you're one of my brothers and sisters in real estate, expired listings are everywhere. They're going to be more prevalent than ever. A lot of agents see rejection there. Oh, those sellers, they didn't sell. They fired their last agent. They're angry. They'll never work with anyone. They're crazy. That's not the truth. The truth is it's a recycled opportunity. It's someone who has already raised their hand once. It's someone with a desire, someone with a motivation, someone with a goal that they're chasing. They want to sell. They just haven't met you yet. That's the confidence. That's the mindset I desire you to be walking through this world with. When the setback comes, there's a sequence that these giants follow. Shock, shift, strategy. Shock, shift, strategy. Shock, shift, strategy. Shock is the gut punch. It's the moment it falls apart. It's where the storm clouds have rolled in and we are in the suck. Shock. The world is going to hit you. When it happens, are you ready to shift? Don't stay stuck in the shock. Reframe it. What is this teaching me? What could this teach me? What is this setting me up for? Where is the good here? Shock, shift, strategy, strategy. Now you pivot. What's the play? Hey, that happened. Okay. What do we do now? What is the next step? There is no use in crying over spilt milk. It's done spilt, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do now? pick the glass up, clean the mess up, and pour yourself another glass of dadgum, delicious, nutritious milk and get on with your day. Apple's bankruptcy forced strategy. Airbnb's desperation forced creativity. Your setbacks today might be the very incubator of your best future if you let it. If you shift and get into strategy. If you don't let the shock drown you. It is okay to jump in the river. It is okay to get washed underneath the water. It is not okay to stay there. That's where people drown. The setback is never wasted unless you waste it. But let's be real. It's not enough just to survive a setback or even pivot once. Because I ain't going to lie to you. The storms are going to keep coming. I don't know if your business is anything like mine, but the market doesn't ask my permission to change. Which means if you want to thrive in this business, in any business, if you want to thrive in this life, you got to be storm-proof. We had a whole series on that. Because storms are inevitable. The question is not if they're going to come. The question is, are you going to be ready? There's a tale about a farmer and a farmhand. There's this farmer and he needed some help, right? Needs some help on the farm. So he finds this farmhand and he's interviewing him. He's like, "Why should I hire you, son?" And the guy says, "You should hire me because I sleep soundly in storms. I sleep soundly. I sleep like a baby when the storm comes." Now the farmer's sitting there like, I have no idea what that dude just said, but he's my only applicant, and Lord knows I need the help. You're hired, my storm sleeping guy. Come on in. Things go normal. Things are rocking and rolling. Then one day, the farmer wakes up in the middle of the night and a storm is raging. So he runs in panic to go get the farmhand that he hired. And just like the farmhand said, he's sleeping soundly. The farmer, angry and upset, runs out to go do the things that he's supposed to do for the storm. He goes down to batten the hatches, ladies and gentlemen, close up the barn. It's already closed. He goes to get the animals inside. They're already in, tucked in, have food, water already. The tools are put up. Everything is taken care of. And it hit the farmer then. The hand can sleep great like a baby in the middle of a storm because he's storm-proofed in advance. Guys, are you the farmer or the farmhand? Are you waking up in the middle of a storm unprepared? Or are you sleeping like a baby because you're doing the things that are necessary? By the way, the things that are necessary, they're not play. They're hard work. If you're in real estate, it may look like database discipline. Are you talking to the people you're supposed to talk to? Are you not just selling them? Are you serving them? Are you showing up as a resource? Are you doing the daily skill reps? Are you looking for partnership to lean into that power? Lenders, title reps, vendors, using their audience to expand your reach. Are you building relationships with other agents around the country? Are you building pipeline resistance? What I mean by that is, are you only relying on one lead source? Because the giants and the greats, they're building 3 to 5 solid sources, solid funnels that can sustain them during the winter. Storm-proofing isn't just tactical, it's mental. Heck, dude, it's spiritual because the storm will shake you. It will shake your mindset long before it shakes your systems. And that's where your rhythm matters. I cannot say this enough. Your morning workouts, your prayer, your gratitude, your journaling, your reading, you're pouring into yourself. These are not luxuries, they're anchors. They keep you steady when everything else around you feels unstable. Storm proofing is not about pretending the wind isn't blowing. It's about building roots deep enough and sails strong enough to keep moving when it does, because it's coming. The storms aren't just threats, they're opportunities. Down markets, they're not just problems to endure, they're platforms. And you can expand your platform if you're ready. When everyone else retreats, when everyone else is scared, you can advance. When your competitors are cutting their marketing, cutting their coaching, their education, you can expand. When agents are leaving the industry, you can claim their market share. You can claim their orphan clients. History proves this. Amazon exploded during the dot-com crash and again during 2008 by doubling down while others were pulling back. Nike launched the Air Jordan line in the middle of an economic struggle. In real estate, those who leaned in 2008 didn't just survive, they dominated the years that followed. Here's the equation: down market equals less noise and more room. I want you to ask yourself, what bold move could you be making right now that 99% of people won't? Is it doubling down on content, expanding into new neighborhoods? Is it building the relationships with the allied partners that you've been meaning to do, just haven't? Is it recruiting while other people are shrinking? What's up, Constellation Home Sales? Are you innovating your offers while others are just copying what used to work? The question is never just, how can I get through this? A better question: how do I take ground during this? How do I take ground? Let's land this plane. Y'all got stuff to do and it's Wednesday. Markets don't make millionaires. Mindsets and models do. Airbnb was born in a crash. Apple reborn out of bankruptcy. Amazon and Nike, they doubled down when the world cut back. In our world, agents who thrived in 2008 are some of the giants that we admire today. Stop waiting for the spring. Stop waiting for the market to turn. Plant in the winter, build in the storm, because the storm won't last. They never do. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet. The strength you build in that storm, the systems you perfect in that storm, the muscles that grow, the resiliency that is born, that will last. Down markets don't bury leaders, they build them. Winter doesn't always kill the tree. Sometimes, boys and girls, it just deepens the roots. Happy Wednesday to you. Let's go get it today. Let's do the things that we know we're supposed to do. Let's take market share and never give it back. The choice is ours. I know which one I'm doing. The question for you is, are you coming with me? I'll see you bright and early tomorrow.